Dylan Lewis here with you, filling in for Sammy J. Going to talk phones next. It's 21 past 6. BS.
Yeah, we don't want nobody telling us what to do. We don't want nobody pushing us around.
Yes, Peter and Jeff from Behaviour Works Australia, part of the Monash Sustainable Development Institute, and are here to talk total BS, behavioural science.
Behavioural science.
I see what you've done there.
Yes, thank you.
It's very
BS. Yeah.
Very clever. Good morning to you as well, Richard.
G'day. Nice to be here.
It's very nice to have you here. All right, so phones. Now, before we were talking, I mentioned briefly there is a thing which is a fear of having your phone
Not with
you. But I think I said it wrong, didn't
It's
I?
because I wrote it wrong when I sent the sentence in wrong.
I was happy to throw myself under the bus. You said.
Dylan, you are 100% right. I made the mistake. Nomophobia is the fear of not having your phone with you. And it's a real thing. It's a real anxiety. And it's a cause of a lot of stress. And there are kids out there who basically believe Maslow's hierarchy of needs, food, water, shelter, you need a phone as well. But you'll die.
Well, okay, yes. It's a little extreme.
Well, they believe that the bottom level of the hierarchy of needs is you need the internet or the phone with you to survive.
Well, we didn't have it before, and we all survived for
somehow
many thousands of years.
We sound like someone's granddads there, don't we?
Peter, I think I just called you Richard as well. Sorry, mate.
No problems at all.
I'm just going to blame the producers for that one because it says Richard on the...
Jeff wrote my name wrong. He wrote nomophobia wrong. He wrote the name wrong. He's got to do 100 lines.
Yes, I do 100 push-ups as a behavioural science. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk. Phones, we didn't have them when we grew up. But now I actually can't imagine a world without the phones, let alone because how would I play Pokemon Go if I didn't have a phone? Now,
okay.
do you play Pokemon Go, Jeff?
I don't play Pokemon Go.
Peter, do you play Pokemon Go?
No, but I do know something about the theory behind Pokemon Go. So Pokemon Go, we have to talk about pigeons, would you believe? There was a psychologist called Skinner, and he invented a thing called the Skinner box, and essentially you put a pigeon in there and you train them to peck or press levers that produce food rewards. Now, what he discovered, and this is going somewhere, it's going to end up at Pokemon Go.
Keep going.
He discovered that the random rewards were the thing that really made them want to peck for hours and hours and hours and hours. So it's not predictable rewards, it's random rewards. And that's essentially the theory, the behavioural theory behind most games, including Pokemon Go.
Is this because you get an extra dopamine rush when you win something randomly?
You get the dopamine rush anticipating the win.
Oh, anticipation gives you the dopamine rush.
Yes.
So what's that elated feeling I get when I find something fantastic in the wild?
You've done it, but because you're playing the game, you're chasing that rush again. And this is what they're saying about a lot of like poker machines and mobile phones. We don't know when we're going to get that next little buzz, bell, red light, somebody wants me, someone's reaching out, and that it works that same way. It's addictive.
Okay, so I'm going to blame my addiction on my star sign.
Okay.
All right. I'm a Piscean Aquarian.
Okay.
Apparently it's not my fault.
Right.
It's the star's fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Skinner did divide pigeons into different star signs, and the Aquarius ones definitely.
Yeah. And look, I can say, Dylan, there's a lot of science behind what you've just said. There's a lot of science behind that. So you're 100% right. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've done a lot of research into my problems.
There's a whole separate department of behavioural science called horoscope. Yeah.
Because I also hate to admit it, but I play the Candy Crush as well. But it's probably for exactly the same hunt for the dopamine rush, isn't it? Which is why I must not ever gamble, because I know that if that gives me the same rush, I will keep doing it, and I don't want to.
And the truth is, these little devices are every part of our lives. They help us in work. We can have maps that talk to us. We can not only talk to each other, we SMS. They're computers, they're the internet, they're kind of everything. They can even let us listen to ABC Radio.
Do you know, I've started to even form a relationship where I feel like I'm getting to know my Siri and my Alexa at home as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and so and I think it's a little taste of the future. You see in science fiction when there's an android or there's a robot or there's artificial intelligence that's started to develop, then where's the line that it's crossing into? Is that thing a sentient being?
Do Siri and Alexa talk about you to each other, do you think?
I would imagine late at night,
Yeah.
they'd whisper.
They would. He's going to get up again. He's going to ask the same question. I'm over it.
They're learning me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are.
Do you think this is just a little moment in history, or is it going to be this heavy reliance on phones forever now?
Pete, what do you think?
It's hard to unscramble, isn't it? I mean, if you think about how phones started, Jeff and I were talking yesterday, and I don't know exactly how old you are, Dylan, but, you know, the original purpose of a mobile phone was actually to make a phone call without being attached to a cord in a room attached to the wall. And that's the thing, you know, that they were actually invented for. And then I think the evolution of the game Snake on the Nokia phone was the turning point. Snake was
That's one up from
graphics.
Pong, isn't it, on the screen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Incredible graphics.
Yeah.
And but to be serious, you know, when the mobile phone turned into a portable computer, I think that was the threshold. And we have to emphasise there's a lot of good things about that. So doctors at the bedside can dial up information that they need to make better treatment decisions. At Behaviour Works, we do research using mobile phones. We did a statewide trial of different types of SMS messaging to encourage people to have their vaccinations on time. So there's a lot of good things about mobile phone use, but the addictive components and the gaming and those sorts of things are things that once we're aware of, we can control them. We can take steps to make sure that they don't take over our lives.
I'm interested that you brought up Snake then, because it was only yesterday that my 9-year-old son brought up the game Snake. And when it's in an app and you can make it look like it's on an old Nokia upon your iPhone. Good. And the reason he brought it up was because he saw a man getting all the trolleys at the airport where I was picking up my mum, and they're all in a long row. And he said, that's exactly like that game Snake. And I'm like, wow, this is a smart cookie. What a great analogy.
So you can actually change your phones to make them look like old-style Nokias.
You can.
And the taking of the colour out can actually affect your ability to not be addicted. So you can grey the screen so you don't get the little red dots and that sort of stuff. You still see the notifications. They just don't grab your attention the same way.
How do you do that?
You go into the settings and you can grey the screen. You can also put a do not disturb thing on your phone so that when you get in the car and the phone starts moving, it stops taking messages.
Oh, yes. All right. I need to do all those things. I'm going to get you to stick around because we do have to let you both go now. Thank you so much, Peter Bragg and Jeff Payne from Monash University. Great segment. Total BS.
Pleasure. Have a great day, Dylan.
Thank you. You too, guys. I'm just off to do a quick bit of Pokemon hunting. Cheers.